You're still watching SABC News Prime Time. Let's take a look now at some business news, starting with inflation, which has surged ahead of expectations. Data out today shows that consumer price inflation rose at a rate of 6.2% in January, year on year. The market had anticipated a 6% rise.
Meanwhile, there's evidence that consumers are still shopping. December retail sales were also out, with those rising by a more than expected 4.1% on an annual basis.
A relatively weaker rand and higher food prices were expected to put upward pressure on inflation, but the pace of the rise in the January number surprised many. Food and transport costs moved at a rapid annual pace.
The really big driver is food prices, and we know that the drought is starting to have a big impact on the consumer's pocket. And I think if we look at the trolleys that people are buying, they're feeling a much higher inflation rate in that trolley than they're feeling in general, because house prices, for example, aren't moving up quite as quickly as food prices.
Despite the pressure consumers are always said to be under, Stats SA data showed that retail sales rose a robust 4.1% in December, year on year. That was also ahead of market expectations. It was also during the festive season.
People in South Africa that are in the formal sector are still getting increases above the rate of inflation, generally speaking, and they have been spending that money. So although the big ticket items like cars have actually declined, the general retailer out there is still doing well. And I think that is something that we must remember, that when people are not spending on new cars or second-hand cars even, they are spending on things such as food, clothes, CDs and the like.
Consumers are expected to get some relief in the form of lower fuel prices next month. This on the back of lower oil prices and a slightly stronger, more stable rand. However, the reprieve is likely to be short-lived. In next week's budget, it's expected that there'll be tax increases of sorts, including higher fuel levies. And then there's the possibility of further electricity tariff hikes. Nampumela Losiziba, SABC News, Johannesburg.